Welcome back to Dixie Alley Weather Center. My name is Caleb Crick. Today is August 15th, 2025, and I've got a lot of updates for you, especially concerning Hurricane Erin that is just became a hurricane in the Atlantic Ocean, was a tropical storm earlier this morning, has began to pretty quickly intensify. It now has hurricane features, stronger winds. It looks very organized on satellite imagery right now, and it is also forecast to become a major hurricane as we go into the future, maybe as early as Saturday evening. I will also be talking about the tropical waves behind this and how some of these could eventually pose a threat for the United States as we go farther off into the future. I will also be talking about the heat that is going to build as we continue to go throughout this week and into this weekend. We're going to have temperatures reaching the 100s in areas like Florida and then even areas like Mississippi and Louisiana. All this and more is included in this video, so let's get right into it. Here's a look at the whole Atlantic basin right now. You can see here's tropical storm or Hurricane Erin that just became a hurricane this morning. It is really starting to intensify, becoming a lot more developed, looking a lot more like a hurricane. It is definitely beginning to rapidly intensify. We expect more of that as it moves into warmer water, warmer sea temperatures. As it moves off to the west, you can see over here off the east coast is a lot warmer of an environment, a lot more of a moist environment. This thing has all the ingredients it needs to be able to soak all this up as it moves off towards the west and eventually off to the north. We expect this to move in between Bermuda and the United States. Once again, the path is still uncertain, but this would be the best case scenario for this storm, as it would not make much contact with any land. Maybe just some of those islands that this will pass just to the north of in the Caribbean Sea. But once again, not expecting too many impacts, just maybe a few of those outer rain bands. Once again, we need to continue to watch those tropical waves behind it, where some of the models are beginning to take these new tropical waves that are off the coast of Africa and taking them towards the United States, and that would be a worst case scenario for us. But once again, nothing concerning right now. That'd be pretty far out in the future. We are continuing to watch Erin, and once again, I will continue to give you those updates. Once again, continuing to watch those tropical waves, but once again, I will let you know before anything becomes too concerning for the U.S. right now. So what kind of intensity are we talking about with this storm? Well, we do expect this to, starting now, to continue to begin to rapidly intensify and maybe overnight become a Category 2 hurricane, and then maybe as early as tomorrow, late tomorrow, Saturday, we could see this become a major hurricane already. A major hurricane, Category 3 hurricane. That'd be really quickly. That means this hurricane would have to really quickly develop, really quickly, rapidly intensify, taking all those ingredients, the perfect moisture. You can see one of these models is bringing this into Category 5 status. Now, does this mean it's going to become Category 5 hurricane? No, it's only one of the hurricane models. Only a few of them are even bringing this to Category 4, but the National Hurricane Center is expecting this to become maybe a low-end Category 4 for maybe a couple of hours, and then this maybe starts to slowly weaken, but this will remain a major hurricane as it starts to move off to the north after it makes that curve and goes in between Bermuda and the United States. Assuming that that's actually going to happen, we do expect this to remain a major hurricane, especially as it moves off to the north and east. It's just really crazy ingredients in the atmosphere right now that this storm has all to itself right now. And once again, that's just setting the stage for all those hurricanes behind it, or all the tropical waves behind it, that could form into hurricanes and maybe follow these same paths and become maybe even stronger than this one. So what kind of intensity are we talking about with this storm? Well, we do expect this to, starting now, to continue to begin to rapidly intensify and maybe overnight become a Category 2 hurricane, and then maybe as early as tomorrow, late tomorrow, Saturday, we could see this become a major hurricane already. A major hurricane, Category 3 hurricane. That'd be really quickly. That means this hurricane would have to really quickly develop, really quickly, rapidly intensify, taking all those ingredients, the perfect moisture. You can see one of these models is bringing this into Category 5 status. Now, does this mean it's going to become Category 5 hurricane? No, it's only one of the hurricane models. Only a few of them are even bringing this to Category 4, but the National Hurricane Center is expecting this to become maybe a low-end Category 4 for maybe a couple of hours, and then this maybe starts to slowly weaken, but this will remain a major hurricane as it starts to move off to the north after it makes that curve and goes in between Bermuda and the United States. Assuming that that's actually going to happen, we do expect this to remain a major hurricane, especially as it moves off to the north and east. It's just really crazy ingredients in the atmosphere right now that this storm has all to itself right now. And once again, that's just setting the stage for all those hurricanes behind it, or all the tropical waves behind it, that could form into hurricanes and maybe follow these same paths and become maybe even stronger than this one. Here's a look at the jet stream, which is basically the winds that are far up above our head into the atmosphere, basically what drives the weather patterns that we see throughout the United States. You can see most of the jet stream as we go throughout the next couple of days into the beginning of the week, into the end of this week, and the weekend into the beginning of next week. You see, like I said, we're going to be seeing much above average temperatures for most of us in the Dixie Valley, maybe a few record-breaking temperatures in areas like Florida and Louisiana, and that's because we're going to have this big heat dome that is going to develop, and the jet stream is going to be way up to our north, maybe even as far north as Canada. We're not going to be getting as much of those. We're not going to be getting as much rain. We're not going to be getting as cool of temperatures. The one area that will be having maybe below average temperatures would be up in the Northeast, and that's the only area in the United States. It's going to be downright hot for a lot of us in the Dixie Valley. Once again, nothing like we saw at the end of July for most of the Dixie Valley, not like record-breaking temperatures every single day. We already have a few heat advisories for areas like Alabama, Mississippi, and parts of Georgia for some above-average temperatures, some high heat indexes throughout today, and I'll talk about those in just a minute. But as we go farther into the future, we do expect this to change. As we go maybe into the middle of next week, into at the end of next week, you see the jet stream even picks up on Hurricane Erin, which just tells you how strong this hurricane is. It's making it into the jet stream. But we will start this high pressure system will start to break. It will move farther off to the west. A big ridge will develop over near California and Nevada, and that will cause cooler weather to dive down from Canada into parts of the Dixie Valley. It may also cause more rainy weather, more of an unstable environment, more rain, more showers and thunderstorms throughout the day, cooler weather, stuff that we really want to see, nothing that we don't want to see. We definitely want some rain, we definitely want some cooler weather, and we definitely think we might see it as we go into the next week, but we definitely need to get through with these hot temperatures first. Here's an overview of the U.S. right now. You can see we have quite a few heat advisories throughout parts of Mississippi, Louisiana, Alabama, parts of the peninsula of Florida, and into southern Georgia, where we're expecting some above average heat temperatures, heat indexes that we don't normally see this time of year. Just some above average temperatures, heat indexes 105 to 110, and normal temperatures maybe the mid to upper 90s in some of these areas. We do maybe expect a few excessive heat warnings maybe into parts of the Panhandle and into parts of the peninsula of Florida for maybe a couple record-breaking temperatures as we go into tomorrow and into the weekend, into the beginning of next week, where we could see some even hotter temperatures, maybe some areas reaching 100 in areas like Louisiana and parts of Florida. But once again, it's just going to be it's going to be hotter than normal, not something we haven't seen already this year, like I said. But once again, relief is going to be on the way as we go farther into next week. But once again, the main story is the heat right now. And the National Hurricane Center is pretty on board with what we've been talking about. Like I said, a little below average temperatures up in the Northeast, areas like the New England states, parts of Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont, where you guys are close enough to the Canada area. You guys will get some more, cooler weather out from Canada as the ridge is developing farther off to the west. Once again, this is by 6 to 10 days. This isn't talking about like the next 3 to 5 days. We do expect the hottest temperatures throughout much of the Dixie Valley and even into parts of the plains. This is showing when that high pressure system will start to move off towards the west. This is when it starts to move off towards like areas like Nevada, and high pressure will start to build over here, and that will cause cooler temperatures to start to come out of Canada and start to cool it off for us throughout parts of the Ohio Valley and into the southeast and into the Dixie Valley. The areas that will remain pretty hot though would be like areas like parts of the peninsula of Florida, where you guys will still get some above average temperatures for this time of year, maybe mid to upper 90s throughout the day. Florida's been one of those areas that hasn't really gotten much relief from the heat, and we don't expect much relief as we go into next week either. And once again, thank you so much for watching today's video. I hope you really enjoyed it. That's all the weather information I've got for you today. A little bit of a shorter video, but not too much updates that I had to give to you today. Not much other than what I talked to you about yesterday. We need to continue to monitor the tropics. Hurricane Erin will continue to intensify. Once again, we are expecting this to stay off the coast of the United States for the time being. This may wobble west, this may wobble east, but we really aren't expecting many impacts to the East Coast, besides maybe some dangerous surf and some dangerous rip currents as well. Not expecting, once again, too much in the way of that. Right now across the Dixie Valley, you can see We got a mesoscale discussion for some maybe flooding rainfall throughout parts of Alabama, northern Georgia, parts of Tennessee and parts of North Carolina for some, excessive rainfall, just a few scattered showers and thunderstorms throughout parts of this area as we go throughout this afternoon and into this evening. We also got a severe thunderstorm warning down here in parts of Mississippi just for a stronger thunderstorm that has developed. A few scattered strong to severe thunderstorms as you go farther to the south. Not expecting much in the way of severe thunderstorms, but couldn't rule out a pop-up severe thunderstorm. But once again, the showers and thunderstorms are going to clear out as we go throughout this evening and into tomorrow morning. We don't expect as much rainfall and as much storms as we go throughout the day tomorrow. Maybe more limited showers and thunderstorms farther to the south. But the storms are going to start to clear up, and we are going to start to get into that warmer weather pattern, at least for the next half a week into maybe next week, before we start to get that cool down. Once again, thank you so much for joining me. Continue to stay updated, and I will see you in the next video.